Now, here at home, it's almost been 8 years, almost 8 years since the murder of former Orlando Pirates and Bafana-Bafana captain and goalkeeper Senzo Meyiwa. And justice has still not been served. Concerns being raised that further delays in this matter means justice will continue to be delayed. 4 of the accused have now appointed new legal representatives. The head of Afriforum's private prosecution unit, Advocate Gerrie Nel, joins me now to discuss this further. Advocate Nel, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time. Well, what's happened now? What's creating another delay?
You said it so well. It is bound to be another delay in the matter. You know, it's peculiar that counsel will act on behalf of the victims and on behalf of the accused in the matter. So that's very peculiar. Also, the intention to bring a special plea, I don't understand the special plea. It's not in terms of Section 106 of the Criminal Procedure Act. So we've been critical of the prosecution all along. I don't have to remind you that in the first 5 years of this investigation, absolutely nothing happened. Nothing happened in the investigation, and there's been no communication with the family. But it's then a new police team took over, complemented the new police team. There are 5 accused before court. I do think that the prosecution should just now start. We've been critical. We said that it's not a botched robbery, but a contract killing, and therefore the mastermind should be before court. That will not happen. But having said that, I do think that we should not delay the matter any further, and that the accused should be ready to proceed with trial, but I'm concerned.
Now, I think your concern is coming out loud and clear, Advocate Nel. Just on the point of that peculiarity of a new legal representative who's on both sides, what's going on there? Can you just clarify? Who are they actually representing on these sides?
I wish I could clarify it. That would have been easier for me. It's very difficult to clarify it. Let me just make it clear that I act on behalf of the mother and the sisters of the deceased, Mr. Meyiwa. I do think that Advocate Tefu acts for the brother. But be it as it may, I find it very difficult to understand how someone can act for both the victims and the accused in the matter. I cannot explain it, even if I try to do that. But certainly, we will ensure that our clients understand the process and that they follow the process.
I mean, is that something that's allowed to happen? You don't understand it? I mean, you are a seasoned veteran advocate. I mean, can that be stopped or challenged in any way?
Well, I've not seen it before, and I don't think that any of my colleagues have seen it before. Stopped? I don't think it's worth the trouble to try and stop it. I'm sure that Advocate Tefu would explain why he decided to act for both sides in a criminal trial. I just don't think it's worth trying to stop it. I don't think it's worth bringing any application. I do think that we should just start with a trial. If the accused feels strong, like Advocate Tefu indicated, that they're not guilty, certainly that's a defense. And they should approach the court and trust the court to make a just finding.
How many people in total are involved in this case or have been accused of murdering Senzo Meyiwa? In my introduction now, I mentioned the number 4. That's 5.
There are 5 accused. 4 of the accused changed their legal representative. So there's 1 accused with his own legal representative. 4 of the accused changed their legal representative and indicated to the court that they've now handed the mandate to defend them over to Advocate Tefu. And he then addressed the court indicating that they might consider a special plea.
Okay, so there's 5 in total. Now, in this matter of a special plea, what should happen next in your view? And you said you're ready to get the trial going and you want it to get going. It's not worth your time to waste any more time.
Indeed. I don't see a special plea in this matter. What I gather is that there's been argument that the accused are not guilty. and that other people are guilty. That's how I understand the process on Thursday. If that is so, that's a defense. I don't foresee any special plea. I do foresee that there's a possibility that the four accused may make representation to the state, but if they do that timelessly, the state will be, the prosecution will be ready to answer that. I do think that the state's got a strong case against the accused, and that the only intention with what we're doing now could be to delay the trial. The only people that could benefit by delaying the trial is the accused in the matter. Society cannot benefit. The family, certainly, they must get closure. It's eight years later. So, no, I hope that the courts will be strong enough to ensure that the trial commences on the 11th of April. But I have to say, I'm concerned. It's 3 weeks before the trial, and it doesn't seem that the defense, at least the four accused, that they'll be ready for trial.
Well, that's not going to be really good. Let's see what happens in the next 3 weeks if anything changes. But you don't seem to be that hopeful. Finally, Advocate Nel, you said you represent several members of the family on the side of the Senzo Meyiwa family. How are they coping? How are they bearing up? It is 8 years. I mean, his dad passed away a few years ago before this matter could reach a conclusion in terms of justice. And the current family members that you are working with, how are they bearing up?
The mother is taking it. It's very difficult for the mother, and everybody would understand that. The sisters, they're coping well, as well as anyone could hope for, but it's very difficult for the mother. And the mother said over and over again that it's now time for the trial. She needs closure. She needs to understand what happened and what caused this tragic incident. So I hope that the court will understand the trauma that the mother is going through and the family members, and that would be one of the aspects the court will take into account if there's any kind of application for a postponement.
Thank you very much, Advocate Gerrie Nel.